Right, welcome back guys to another video. Today I've got something completely different to the norm for our channel. And as you can see behind me, I've got this Dodge Challenger. Now this is the SRT8 2012 car, so it's a 6.4 V8, finished off in like a matte grey colour. Like I said, it's a 6.4 V8, 470 odd brake horsepower. I'm not going to make out that I know a lot about this car. I don't, because it's nothing really that I've looked into, but I got offered the car. So I thought, yeah, why not? It's something different and something absolutely stunning. So I hope you enjoy the actual video that's going to come. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram and on Facebook as well. So performance_lifestyles on Instagram and Performance Lifestyles on Facebook. And again, thanks to American Imports UK for allowing me to use their car for the video. So do please check them out as well. Their website is www.americanimportsuk.co.uk. I'll put it in the description as well and at the bottom of the screen here. If you fancy an American muscle car, check them out. Hope you enjoyed the video and we'll catch you outside the car. So here it is, the Challenger. So as mentioned, it's a 2012 car, SRT8. So it's the 6.4 V8, HEMI V8 as well. So as you can see here, 392 HEMI V8, 470 horsepower. And just look at the sheer size of this thing. This thing is an absolute monster. It's got 20-inch wheels and they don't even look like 20-inch wheels. They look proper small compared to the arches. It's finished off in like a matte, frozen grey style sort of colour. I don't really even know what to say about this car. I mean, just look at the thing. It's absolutely stunning. It's an absolute beauty of a car. And I like the way with these cars, they've kept the actual original sort of design and the lines down the side of the car. They've got like retro sort of look to them, and it's not a retro car. It's probably one of the main reasons as to why these cars are so popular. Yeah, you get the Mustangs and you get, you know, the Camaros and stuff, but I've always had like a little soft spot for these Challengers, and it's, yeah, and as you can see, it's an absolute stunning car. So, as mentioned, it's got Brembo 20-inch wheels, Brembo 4 pots, I believe they are, on the back, and 4 pots on the front. I would have actually thought they've had bigger brakes on the front, but no, it's 4 pots front and 4 pots rear. Standard suspension, everything on the car I believe is standard. It's not been modified at all. It's not long been in the UK as well, so it's a fresh sort of car. So onto the interior. It's quite a nice little cockpit, to be fair. It's got half leather seats, half Alcantara I believe it is, electric seats, and they've got enough legroom in the back for your passengers. Now the size of this car, I was comparing it to like the Nissan GTR, because that's a big car as well, but this is on like a different sort of level. It's crazy. This car is absolutely mad, and to drive it's proper weird as well, and I'll go on to that on the actual drive. I mean, this is the first probably time I've driven a left-hand drive car, and what a car to drive as a first LHD. So yeah, it's got auto lights, the usual stuff, automatic, which is, I'm glad it is, heated steering wheel, heated seats, sports button, it sharpens up the suspension, apparently, not that I've tried it, but it's got 300 kilometers on the actual clocks, which no doubt it'll probably get there somewhere as well. It's about 180 plus miles an hour. So here's the heart of the thing. The 392 HEMI 6.4 V8. It's just a monster. I mean, even the whole size of this engine bay is big, and it makes the 6.4 litre engine look quite small compared to like the C63 AMG. That was like quite compact, but you've got all the space around here still free, and you've got like a massive airbox here and that massive water tank, and it's just, there's quite a lot of space in this engine bay considering it's running a 6.4 litre engine. And I think the HEMIs, if I remember correctly, it was something to do with the design of them. They kept cooler and gave more power. So 470 horsepower are the figures that this thing's producing at the factory. It's got xenon lights. And with it being a 2012 car, it's got the different front bumper, the different bottom splitter thing, and I think they do call this like the shark's mouth. I'm not sure where I can see a shark's mouth, but I've read a few things, and yeah, it was apparently, I think it's something to do with that bottom grille, but it is what it is. And it's let me just look at it, man. It's I'm actually really starting to like this car. We'll go for a little drive. It's nothing too spirited. At the end of it, it's the first time driving a left-hand drive car, and the sheer size of it, I don't feel overly comfortable going too far with it. But yeah, you'll get to see what it drives like, and it's actually a very nice sort of car. So I can't wait. Take it for a drive, and yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, Performance_Lifestyles, and on Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles, for more performance car reviews. And as previously mentioned, if you'd like your car featured on our channel, please do drop us an email at pflifestyle@hotmail.co.uk. I'll put the link in the description as well. And anything modified, anything bespoke, just drop us an email. I'm sure we can work something out. No problems at all. And you can get your car on the channel. So we'll catch you on the drive, folks. Right, so back in this Dodge Challenger, and to drive the first, like I said, I've never driven a left-hand drive car before, and this is quite literally the first one I've driven. And what a car to drive as a first LHD sort of car. This thing is, honestly, it's fantastic. It's obviously the most noticeable thing is the sheer size of it. It is massive. It's wide, it's long, and with you having sitting on the wrong side of the car as well, on the left-hand side, it feels really odd, very odd to drive. So I'm just aiming to stay as far left as I possibly can do. So yeah, I mean, the LHD side of things, the left-hand drive side of things aside, the actual thing's actually a very nice cockpit to be in. Like I mentioned, it's got heated seats, it's got a heated steering wheel. Not that you need it today, it's bloody roasting outside. It's got a sports mode, which I'll try in a second. It's just, yeah, it drives very nice, it's smooth. You almost forget that you're driving a 6.4 HEMI V8. And the moment you put your foot down, it's not quite got the rasp of a C63 AMG or anything like that, but it's got its own distinct sort of noise, that V8, HEMI V8 sort of a noise. And I can only imagine what these sound like with a stainless steel exhaust on them, or an aftermarket exhaust of any sort. I bet they sound absolutely mega. Like I said, I'm not going to get too leery with this thing. I'm not going to get too spirited with it, but just to get a general feel of it and give you guys a bit of feedback as to what I think about this car. It even feels odd me sitting here talking to the right hand side of the screen now. Normally it's over my left shoulder, onto the left hand side, and today it's on the right. And it's even when you go to put your seatbelt on, I was naturally just looking over my right shoulder thinking, oh yeah, it's left hand drive. So you've got to whip it over your left shoulder. It's a good car. I'm actually quite liking this. It's a very good car. So like I said, like I said before, if you're considering, pursuing your V8 American muscle dream, check out americanimportsuk.co.uk, and I'll put a link in the description as well, as previously mentioned. They've got a few cars, Chargers, Challengers, and I'm sure they'll even get, you know, Mustangs and stuff and Corvettes and stuff. So yeah, check them out, give them a shout, and you know, thanks to them for allowing me to do this today in one of their cars. Driving one of these almost makes you want to just do this, just sit one arm out the window and just cruise. And what a car to do that in, and what a day to do that in, to be fair. It's a beautiful day today after weeks and weeks and weeks of rain and cold and just general not nice sort of weather. We've got a nice day today. So there goes the weather forecast for you there today as well. I can quite get used to this. As long as somebody else fuels it up for me, I think I can get used to this. Pulling out of a junction is a proper weird thing. Oh. Felt the back end twitch there. And the brakes are very sharp as well. As you'd probably imagine, it's got 4-pot Brembos on the front, 4-pot Brembos on the back. But with the car weighing about 2 tons, I didn't think they'd be as sharp, as pinpoint, sort of accurate as they are. I suppose it goes down to the brake discs on it as well, but they're very good. Oh, this thing is awesome. This thing is great. It's got a good pull to it. Very good pull. It's more of a, these cars were always like, they're more cruising cars. They're like GT style sort of cars. You can just get along in comfort, no problems at all. They'll drive to wherever you want them to drive to with plenty of fuel stops, because you will need plenty of fuel stops in one of these cars. But they'll get you there effortlessly, and it's just spot on. Going around roundabouts is a bit odd as well, as it is with driving this car in general. You just got to make sure you're in the right place. Purely because the front end on this car is massive. It is big. It's almost, I'd say you could probably fit like a small, one of them little puny little cars into the engine bay of this car. Living the American dream, eh? I think for the rest of this video, I think I'm just going to cruise nicely, arm out the window. Perfect car for that, perfect car. Like I said, I've never been a big fan of them, but I think they are kind of like winning me over. And after driving this car now for 15-20 minutes, I think you kind of like get used to you know, whereabouts on the road you are and whereabouts you should be. So it doesn't take long to get used to driving a left-hand drive. I thought it was a bit of a daunting experience. A bit nervous, but no, it's good, it's good. That noise it makes is great. It's not the best sounding thing. I prefer personally myself the noise a C63 makes. And the only reason I mentioned the C63 is purely because the engine sizes, they're both, you know, over 6 litres, V8. But this has a different sort of roar, they have a different roar. But this with an exhaust, an aftermarket exhaust, I think will be perfect. And with this being an actual 2012 car, it also has a flappy paddle gearbox. Don't quote me on this, but I'm sure the previous models didn't have that. They were just like a full-on automatic. But with these, you've got your flappy paddle gearbox, which is a good feature to have, to be fair. It's in most cars nowadays, and it's just a nice, it gives you that racy sort of feel as well. You could change gears off the steering wheel. I know it's a done thing, in and done thing, but it's still good to have. The amount of attention this attracts though. So if you're a bit of an attention-seeking person, get yourselves one of these Challengers there. And not just a normal one, get yourselves the SRT8. 6.4 HEMI V8. Sounds good. When you put your foot down, you can feel the car dip. The back end dip, the front end lift up a little bit. Yeah, game on. The other thing I've noticed is if you leave it in full on automatic mode, it changes gear very late. It goes through the rev range quite high up and then changes gear. Which driving the other sort of cars, they get generally in comfort sort of mode, normal modes, they change gear quite quick, as in quite soon. But no, these, they actually let you rev to 3,500, 4,000 RPM, and that's with normal style of driving as well. Right, the normal bridge. Smooth. It's one word to describe these cars: smooth. They're not an ASBO car. No. Unless they're tuned up. You see a lot of the American videos on YouTube where the front end's lifting off the ground. But I can only imagine they're running, you know, 4-figure BHP figures, and hence they do that. But on a standard sort of car, 470 brake horsepower, it's ample enough power to get you to where you want to go. But yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. Right then guys, I'm going to conclude the video here. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It was just a brief one. It was never going to be a long thing, this, but just a brief video. Got my hands on this absolutely stunning, immaculate, you know, SRT8 Challenger. So I thought I'd get it on there, you know, just to give you guys a feel of what it's all about. And it's a good car, definitely a good car. If you ever considered buying an American muscle car, check them out, American Imports UK.co.uk. Right, not sure what happened there, but I know my camera started overheating, so we'll go. I don't even know how far I got, to be fair. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, Performance Lifestyles. Check us out on Instagram, Performance_Lifestyles, and Facebook as well, Performance Lifestyles. We've got plenty of videos uploaded, including Nissan GTR, M3, E92, C63s, RS4. We've got plenty of videos, RS3s, plenty of videos on our channel. I'm sure there's going to be something that everybody likes. And we've got plenty of content to come. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Seriously, stay safe as per usual, and we'll catch you on the next video.